SR&BG in the many faces of the Most High. When I was younger, I was taught that the Most High and everything associated with the Most High looked a certain way. When I was 12, 13, 14 years old, I would not believe, not for one day, not for 1 second, that the Most High could look like this. 607 Unk. But like I said, the Most High have many faces. I got a couple of comments and they said, what do I feel about 607 Unk? So I started looking at his videos because at the time I seen his face, but I never looked at his videos. Every time I see him, I laugh. I literally would think that he's about to come on and get to joking around until I start listening to his videos. And I realized that he's not speaking low vibing shit. I thought that I was going to hear some low vibing stuff because I seen the chain and the money and the pimp cup and the weird faces and all of that. But then I was reminded that the Most High have many faces. You hear what I'm saying? So I sat back and I listened to him. I was listening to him and my main thing was tapping in. I needed to tap in, just like a tarot card reader can give you a reading. I can give a person a reading without the cards. All I got to do is sit back and listen to them. And all of a sudden, I'm going to start blending in with their energy. It's like I'm going to start understanding how they feel, kind of like how they think. I'm not going to know the thoughts that's running on in their mind, but I'm going to know if they a killer or a passive person. I'm going to know if they legit or if they a phony. And this guy, he wasn't a phony. The many faces of God. So I sat back and I listened to it. And then I looked at his name and I got an epiphany. 607 UNC. That UNC is magical. Matter of fact, his whole name is magical. Matter of fact, his name means that he's the amplifier. I'm going to prove that. I'm not just about to just say that shit and not prove it. That 607 Unk, that name is magical, and 607 Unk is an amplifier for the Most High. What is an amplifier? Let me see. Amplifiers boost the power, current, or voltage of a signal, primarily to increase the output of an instrument or a device. And you have to remember that all of the chosen ones, we are instruments of the Most High. I just said that 607 Unk is an amplifier, a spiritual amplifier. An amplifier boosts the power. 607 Unk is boosting the power, the currents, the voltage of a signal. This signal, this Christ frequency. You hear what I'm saying? Primarily to increase the output of an instrument or a device. He's here to help raise the energy of the chosen ones. I'm going to prove what I mean by he's the amplifier with his name. Now, this isn't for everybody. When we see these codes, the codes isn't for everybody. Shit, half of the people are NPCs and low vibers. Everybody can't read the tarots. Everybody can't prophesize. We just all can't do it. I can't jump like Michael Jordan. So when I say this, when I'm about to say this, I don't even expect everybody to understand. Only the code breakers. So if there's any code breakers, people that like to connect dots, this is one. This is one right here, right? So let's look at the name 607 Unk. You take away the O, 7 plus 6 is 13, right? So, bam, that's 13 right there. The magical thing about the name Unc, U-N-C, especially spelled in lowercase letters, is that U, the letter U, lowercase u, can be turned into a lowercase n or lowercase c. And the lowercase n the same, and the lowercase c. A lowercase c can get flipped on his back and become a lowercase u, or it could stand upright and it become a lowercase n. A n can be on his back and become a u, or an n can be on its side and become a C. You see how this is magical. Just the name Unc, spelled U-N-C. So that's 13 U-N-C. So that means that you can change these letters any way. It could be 13 U-U-U, 13 N-N-N. It could be 13 N-N-C. You see how you could work with that. I worked with it. For the last couple of days, I've been working with it and connecting the dots. And what I came up with was 13 CCC. Let me see something. Let's see what 13 CCC is, because 13 CCC is still the same thing as 607 Unc. It's just in a different way. This is what makes this name magical. You know what I'm saying? 13 CCC. And 13 CCC is an amplifier. You understand what I'm saying? 13 CCC is 607 Unc. 607 Unc could be 607 Unc, or it could be 13 CCC, or 13 NNN, or 13 CNC. It can get turned any type of way. But if you a real code breaker and you've been doing this shit all night, pulling out your hair to break the code on who this dude is, since people is asking you, he's necessary. He's an amplifier. He's supposed to have the pimp cup and the money, all of this, because his audience is the youth. He's waking up a lot of people, man. You hear what I'm saying? And remember, the Most High has many faces. So he ain't gonna always look like Moses or the pastor inside the damn church house. Sometimes he gonna come full of tattoos. Sometimes he gonna come looking like a pimp. In this case, he come looking like 607 Unc. You know, I'm sitting back and I'm trying to find out what he is saying wrong, or if he's trying to push an agenda to lead people astray, and I don't see it. I don't see it. Look, a guy like this, and this is the God's honest truth, a guy like this, let's just go off of looks, right? All respect to the guy. I'm not judging nobody. I'm not even like that. I don't even think a man should be like that towards another man, but let's just be real. If he grew up around where I grew up, he would have had a hard time. And I think that I could say that for any damn hood, because we're real hard on our own, especially if we ain't light-skinned with good hair. So I can already tell. You see, if you see a guy that look like this and he still have confidence and he still made it, he's a strong guy in the inside. You understand what I'm saying? I can just imagine him in the 2nd grade, the 3rd grade, the 5th grade, man, and junior high school where I was living with people like my brother Polly. Oh my God, he would have wanted to fight Polly. Polly used to bag on everybody. And everybody used to laugh too. That's what used to make it bad, because he used to know what the hell he was doing. So look, I know about guys like this, guys that look like this, and they become successful. These be like the hardest damn dudes. I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm from the hood. I know these be the ones. Now it would look like he's sick because he's around people, right? It would look like that. And true, a lot of people, they just pop out of nowhere and all of a sudden they got 1 million views and they getting all of these interviews. But like I said, the Most High got many faces and he everywhere. He everywhere all at once. You hearing what I'm saying? Let's take Moses. Moses worked for the Most High, right? And he was raised up in the palace. You see, he had way more gold and pimp cups and recognition than 607 Unc. I'm talking about the great Moses who wrote the 10 Commandments. He was all up under the Pharaoh. I'm pretty sure he knew all of that Mason stuff, but he worked for the Most High. What about Joseph? Joseph, he was in charge of all of the money up in Egypt. He was all up under the Pharaoh. You knew he knew a lot of people, senators and governors, and he was way more connected than 607 Unc. So just because a person is in the spotlight and around all of these NPCs and low vibers, that don't mean that they are NPC or low viber all the time. This is the many faces of the Most High. The Most High put him there. I really feel that. I feel that the Most High put this brother here for this time so he can be an amplifier, so he can make all of this shit that I'm saying and everybody else that's saying all of this stuff, saying it all makes sense. You see, back in the days, we didn't see people like this agreeing with the stuff that we talking about. You hear what I'm saying? There was, look, the people that talk like this, they was on the damn street corner with big signs that said the end of the world is near, or in mental hospitals or something. It was very, very few. It was very few Bobby Hemmett's and people like that. Dr. Claude, it was very, very few, man. And a lot of them didn't even get real deep into the industry and the ones that's pulling the strings. This is another face of the Most High. Get used to it, because we're about to start seeing that the Most High might come with a face full of tattoos. I'm not lying. I got game from prostitutes. You hearing what I'm saying? I got game from homeless people. I got my life saved by a woman who usually just talk out her damn mind. The many faces of the Most High. And yes, the Most High could look like a white dude too. A white dude can pull over and help your ass and give you exactly what you need, man. You see, this is why I don't close my mind off. This is why racism and judging people for how they look or how they sound is a third dimensional program. When you vibe higher, you don't care about how they look and stuff. You just close your eyes and listen to what this dude is saying and feel the vibration and understand the discernment. I don't discern nothing evil. When I first clicked on him and looked at the pictures, yeah. I tell you the truth, just like everybody. I'm like, who is this dude? He look weird. He always smiling and stuff. He always look like he done sat on a porcupine or some shit. He look constipated. I can go on and on. I wouldn't never disrespect another brother, though. You hear what I'm saying? But I could go on and on and on with the brother 607. He better not never get into a damn bagging contest with me. And I mean never. Because I got so many jokes written about this damn guy. But I ain't gonna use them though. Let me show you another face of the Most High. These are the royal jesters. Remember I told you that just because we're in captivity doesn't mean that things stop. You know, the kings, they still be born, the royal families. I told you that the Jacksons, Michael Jackson them, is a royal family. They're just living in this day and age, living in captivity, living when the parasites is running a show. If the same family, if the same Jacksons was born hundreds of years ago, probably thousands of years ago, whenever this shit started, if they was born back then they will be a royal family, and Michael Jackson will be a king, and this will be another royal family, the Wayne brothers, but they are of the royal jesters. You hear what I'm saying? These are royal jesters right there. The Wayne brothers, Richard Pryor. These are just a couple of them. Richard Pryor, Flavor Flav, Charleston White. I'm going back to 607 Unc. You hear what I'm saying? He's not a comedian, but the facial expressions and stuff make you not really take him serious. You hear what I'm saying? But let's say Charleston White, Flavor Flav, the number one, Cat Williams of royal jesters. You see, the jester, he was around the king. He could get real close to the king. Look at this picture right here, like real close to the king, right? So the jester was actually really wise, like Keenan Ivory Wayne. Let's take Keenan Ivory Wayne. If you really look at his movies and his comedy, it's so much information up in there. It's like this information is what I call the dandelion. Because you see, the dandelion, it looks like a pretty innocent little flower, but underneath it's choking everything out. And this is what a jester do. This family right here is a royal family. Look, this isn't the first lifetime that Keen and Ivory Wayne and Marlon and a sister, what's her name, Kim. I always liked the Kim. This isn't the first time that they was like this, and this isn't going to be the last time. You hear what I'm saying? This is a royal family, and this is why it's generational. Generational with this family. This is why they are a part of the Akashic records. They are, man. This is why they laugh. No matter where you go in this damn family, you're going to get so much humor. You know humor, how much humor heals, man. You hear what I'm saying? Humor heals so much. The ones who was political, man, there was so many gems hidden in Richard Pryor comedy, man. It was meant to wake you up. There's another guy, I forgot his name, so I ain't gonna even say it. This is just a few. This is just a few of people who are of the bloodline of royal jesters. These aren't just regular people, and they wasn't just born just one time. Richard Pryor, his name is Richard, and then it's Pryor. Wow, right? Like, whatever the definition of Pryor means. I guess it's like they done did this shit before, right? Richard Pryor was right up under the king. Cat Williams, man, probably the top jester, spiritual jester, holy jester right here that uses comedy. Like these guys are deadly, man. They could change the mind of all of the damn NPCs just by having them laughing. Look what he did. Look what he did after the Shannon Sharp interview and all of them interviews when he was talking about the system. It was like prophecy. The many faces of the Most High. Yes, the Most High is a jester. The Most High will have your ass laughing. I remember a lot of people back when I was growing up, Flavor Flav was just like a funny type of guy, but then he was with the hardest group that was saying the deepest stuff. Professor Griffnam, Public Enemy. 911 is a joke. And look, we looking at Flavor Flav back up in the 80s, in the 90s, the same way that people is looking at this dude, black. You know, like, he hella black. It's really not meant to take these type of guys serious. And that's what makes them so dangerous for the enemy. You know, I bet Cat Williams be saying all types of smart, sarcastic shit to these producers and these executives, and they just be laughing and just laughing, and he looking at them like, you dumbass, I just done disrespected your whole damn life, your whole damn lineage. You see what I'm saying? The jester can get close to the king, man. There was warriors that and soldiers that couldn't even get this damn close to the king. But everybody liked to laugh, especially when you intoxicated and stuff like that, especially if the damn comedian is good. I wish that I was as good as any of these damn guys that you see. You hear what I'm saying? And once again, this is a royal family, man. Just another royal family. That's why they in our reality, and you're gonna always see them in your reality. If they was to create the simulation again, which they're not gonna be able to, if they was gonna create it again, it'd be the Wayne brothers, but they all look different. Instead of Keenan Ivory Wayans being the leader of the family, it'd be Marlon. But they gonna always be. They hold the keys to the comedy doors. Yeah, people, not just them, people like Richard Pryor. You can tap into Richard Pryor energy, meditate, and he will have your ass rolling right now, today, if you knew how to do that. And then you got my brother Cat Williams, man, Flavor Flav, Charleston White. I love Charleston White. He do it so good, man. He be doing all of that extracurricular stuff, but deep down, it's so many gems, so many nuggets, man. A lot of stuff that we can use and it can help us, man. All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Peace.